Emotions are held in the body, and I've been using muscle testing to find out what balance I need to actually demonstrate today, but it's actually brought up two which aren't physically possible for me to do on a video. However, I'm interpreting this that I need to actually explain to you the theories behind this, because one, the balance was simply FO holding, but there's a whole process around then the counselling type questions that I'd need to ask you, and the visualization, and expressing what it is that's going on, what you need, and then what it is that you can do to make change in order to move forward. The other one is called postural stress release, which also relates to emotions, but in this context, it relates to how like an emotion can trigger a physical response. So say I'm feeling really happy and confident and my shoulders are back. However, if I'm feeling really sad and down, I might be a bit like this. So an emotion can trigger a physical response, but a physical position can also trigger an emotional response. So think about that. And in context of postural stress release, if we've been in being in a car accident, for example, your body holds on to the memory of the scenarios involved and along that, and each of those memories within the body can contribute to a trigger response sometimes. So I'm just explaining the theory behind these balancing techniques. I'm not saying that it's relevant for you at all. And it's just, this is a learning exercise so you can see the types of things that come up within a kinesiology balance, because everybody's body responds differently. Now, coming back to explaining about this postural stress release. So say someone did have a car accident, we actually, in a sense, physically reenact that situation, but here in the room using a chair. Maybe the person start with them walking to the car, opening the door, then they get in, then they put their seatbelt on, then they start the car up, then they put their hands on the wheel. So we literally go through every single step until, say, for example, they might have someone hit them, for example. So, but then with each of those steps, there are emotions attached to them. So we work through and identify each emotion and do a correction to help with releasing that stress that's being held in the body. And there's sometimes where these stresses come up for us and we don't understand why. But in this context, for example, say the car accident, your body has remembered the eye position and the breath phase at the time of that accident. And so if you're in a similar scenario and you happen to be breathing and looking at that similar direction, that pattern may trigger that same emotional response. And you haven't realized why this has come online for you at the time, because the two are very disparate times. Like the accident might have happened 10 years ago, but you're experiencing this stress all of a sudden. But it could be that you're in a similar scenario, a similar lung pattern and eye pattern all happening at the same time to bring up this old emotional stress. Kinesiology can help you work through that, then release an energetic stress of that from the body in a very gentle way. It's not about bringing up the trauma at all. Kinesiology is a fantastic tool. We just talk about the top line stuff. We identify things at top level, like bullet points, words. We don't have to get bogged down into any story whatsoever. This is not about bringing up trauma. It's about healing you in the now. But all healing is self-healing. So it's you working through the process. I'm just the guide. If you'd like to find out specifically what balancing techniques your body would benefit from in order for you to live your personal best, then book an appointment online with me. Just go to www.empoweringhealth.clinic. I do work with people online, and that's one of the options to choose from when you go there. That means time zones are not so much of an issue, and we can work together to help you get you on your path.